coastal regions and mountainous regions. So let's talk about the winds at the coastal regions. Near to the coastal region, we experience on daily basis. So that is what we call it as sea breeze and land breeze. It's a type of local winds near to the coastal regions. चलो इसका picture है. So near to the coastal region, during the daytime, the sunlight is falling in the same way both over the land as well as over the oceans. यहाँ पर जैसे गिरेगा यहाँ पर भी ऐसे ही गिरेगा. The same amount of sunlight, the duration is also same. However, the land with lower amount of specific heat as compared to the water का जो specific heat है ये ज़्यादा है, जिसकी वजह से the land gets heated up faster. Okay, मान लो 6 o'clock से शुरू करते हैं, so land का जो temperature है बहुत जल्दी rise होते जाएगा. Okay, by we are at 12 o'clock, the land is too much heated. Okay, maybe it has achieved 30 degrees Celsius, but the water is not heating up that faster, so the temperature is still, let's say, 20 degrees Celsius. फिर 12 o'clock से 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock से 2 o'clock जब maximum temperature होगा तो यहाँ पर और temperature rise हो गया, let's say 35 degrees Celsius. यहाँ पर 20-21 ही है अभी भी. There is a maximum temperature difference by this time, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock तक. So that is when the pressure is lowest here, pressure is highest here. जैसे ये maximum temperature cross करेगा, pressure का भी variation होगा, वहाँ का भी pressure का variation होगा. Whenever there is this maximum pressure gradient which is created here, that is when we experience a strong wind from high pressure to low pressure. इसीलिए this is necessary that we have to wait till this pressure gradient is created. Whenever the pressure gradient is maximum between these two parts, so then you will start to experience the winds from high pressure to low pressure. This time high pressure is over the ocean and low pressure is over the land. From the ocean, the wind starts to blow towards the land. Okay, seas are hai na, that is why it is called as sea breeze. Winds are always named after the direction from which it comes. A sea breeze come from sea. यहाँ का टेम्परेचर क्या है, थोड़ा सा कम है, इससे तो कम है ना, तो इसलिए वो थोड़ा बहुत कूल लगता है. It becomes a cool wind. Okay, so we start to experience this by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. A strong cool breeze comes from the ocean. Okay, so sea से land के तरफ में आएगा. You know, near to the coastal region, wherever we have the major cities, so you must have observed. Okay, तो कोई मुंबई से था ना? अच्छा ठीक है. So you must have observed that in these coastal cities, the overall humidity was very high. Okay, high humidity रहता है. You go to any coastal cities, you will feel that high humidity. But once you start to experience this sea breeze, you will start to feel better. थोड़ा बहुत ठंडा है, वो humidity, high humidity content तो निकल जाएगा, it will get removed. So it starts to feel better. Okay, so it is during the evening, if at all you have observed, जब sea breeze आना शुरू होता है ना, so most of the economic activities it will start to become faster. लोग बाहर आने लगेंगे, है ना, थोड़ा बहुत, इसीलिए नाइट लाइफ भी थोड़ा बहुत है. ठीक है. So it basically makes the conditions better. Overall conditions become better by evening. Okay, humidity थोड़ा बहुत कम होगा. So night time में ये उल्टा होगा. As the sun sets, the land will start to lose the temperature. Okay, so whereas the ocean are still holding on to the heat which it has, it will not lose the heat which it had observed in the daytime as in such a fast manner. जितना fast ये observe किया था उतना मतलब जितना भी observe किया था उसको इतना easily छोड़ेगा नहीं. So after some time in the night, okay, so let's say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, late night, the land has cooled down drastically to low temperature, whereas the ocean is still warmer surrounding areas में. Low temperature creates high pressure, high temperature creates low pressure. Now the winds will start to blow in the opposite direction. You have to wait for this pressure gradient to achieve. जब ये पूरा प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट अचीव होगा, सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट रहेगा, दैट इज व्हेन यू विल स्टार्ट टू सी द विंड्स इन ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन. दिस टाइम द विंड्स आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द लैंड, दे आर कॉल्ड एज लैंड ब्रीज. तो यहां पर तो लोग रहता नहीं है, ओके तो इसलिए ज्यादा पता नहीं चलता इसका इम्पैक्ट. द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ लैंड ब्रीज इज एक्सपीरियंस्ड ओवर द ओशंस. So this is experienced maximum, by early morning times, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock का टाइम में लैंड ब्रीज बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगा. इवनिंग टाइम में सी ब्रीज ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगा. एंड दिस इज यूज्ड बाय आवर फिशरमैन अलॉन्ग द कोस्टल रीजन. Many of these fishermen, they don't have these machine powered boats, okay, motor boats तो नहीं होता है उनका, and they use the manual boats, and still they are able to do the fishing along the deeper part of the ocean. How? It is very difficult to cross these waves near to the coastal region. Coastal region के पास में जो waves होता है ना, ये सबसे ज़्यादा strong रहता है. Once you cross this part, continental shelf का जो part है ना, उसको cross कर दो तो आप बहुत easy, आसान से boating कर सकते हैं. Crossing this is the difficult part. So what they do? They will wait for these winds to develop. Most of the fishermen near to the coastal region, they wait for these land breeze particularly. Okay, they get up very early in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They take out their boats, and when these winds are strong, they catch these winds and then cross the coastal area. इस साइड से उस साइड जाना बहुत easy रहेगा. Once they are into the open ocean, there is not much of waves. They can easily do the fishing over there. So they would have taken their food, टिफिन बॉक्स लेके गए होंगे, तो वहाँ पर फिशिंग कर दिया, आराम से खाना खा लिया, फिर बोट में ही सो जाते हैं. They will wait till next day afternoon, next day evening, till these winds are strong. Once these winds are strong, they will catch these winds and come in this direction. इसलिए वो जो यूजुअली उनका रिटर्निंग टाइम नेक्स्ट डे इवनिंग होता है. ठीक है. So that is how these local winds are used by our fishermen along the coastal regions. ये हो गया लैंड ब्रीज एंड सी ब्रीज. फिर माउंटेन ब्रीज, वैली ब्रीज भी ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर है. हमने एक बार इसके बारे में बात किया है इन द टॉपिक ऑफ टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन. In mountainous hilly areas, the hilltops are more exposed and open than the valley sides, because of which during the daytime temperature rises rapidly because more sunlight is absorbed here. Okay, यहाँ पर ज़्यादा sunlight absorb होगा. Okay, more heat comes in from all the direction. जब तक वो sun रहेगा तो पूरा absorb करेगा. However, the valleys will not get heated up very easily. Okay, they absorb the sunlight only when the sun is passing through this position. इसलिए usually valleys are colder in temperature. यहाँ का temperature cold रहता है. So when the mountain starts to heat up, okay, rapidly by afternoon, okay, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock तक तो ये पूरा heat up हो गया. That is when the temperature is highest and the pressure is lowest. Okay, here the overall temperature is still low. There is a high pressure here. When the sufficient pressure difference is created, the winds blow from कहाँ से? High pressure to low pressure in this direction. It is capable of going against the gravity also. By afternoon, evening, the mountain tops will experience the winds from valleys. Valley से नीचे से ऊपर आता है. The wind starts to come towards the mountain tops from the valleys. कोई भी hill top में ऐसे खड़ा हो के तो afternoon 2 o'clock 3 o'clock आप कोशिश करो, okay, so देखने के लिए, तो you will experience strong winds from the valley and they are cold only, क्योंकि यहाँ पर तो cold temperature है. Okay, so in fact that will make things better here, क्योंकि intense heating होगा, यहाँ पर तो टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा लगेगा, तो वो थोड़ा सा अच्छा सा ब्रीज जैसे लगता है, तो इट्स अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड calm breeze, मतलब cool breeze. So this breeze which is coming from the valley is what is called as valley breeze. It is also called as anabatic winds. Valley winds are also called as anabatic winds. Night time, the entire situation is reversed. The same openness of mountainous region causes faster loss of radiation. The temperature in the mountain tops after some time becomes very low. ये पूरा loss of temperature की वजह से पूरा cool down हो जाएगा. Night time में तो मतलब after like 10 o'clock 11 o'clock तो it will be very cold here. Compared to that, the valleys are still warm because the radiation loss is not escaped very easily. The radiation which is lost by these valley sides get reflected from the other side. It is trapped here. यहाँ पर ही trap हो जाते हैं. It is still warm here. However, this cold air which is also has become denser. Now it will start to move from mountain to valley because there is a high pressure, there is low pressure, and along with that there is gravity also. It will start to sink towards the valley and it will come and occupy here. So basically this is ये जो drain हो रहा था ना, that was the earlier one जो air drainage type of inversion में बात किया था इसके बारे में. So those winds are called as mountain breeze. Mountain से आता है mountain breeze. They are also called as katabatic winds. Anabatic and katabatic winds. So it is this wind which is responsible for temperature inversion, which disturbs the settlement pattern, agriculture pattern, all of this in the mountainous areas. ये आएगा late night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Okay, when the sufficient temperature pressure difference is created between the mountains and valleys, you observe this. The concept is same. Sea breeze, land breeze, mountain breeze, valley breeze. It's due to the daily variation of temperature and pressure conditions, okay, between the two parts. Is that clear? Write about this. Land and sea breeze. First point. Land gets heated more quickly than the adjacent sea. During daytime. Therefore, low pressure is developed over the land and high pressure over adjacent sea. Next point. This causes circulation of relatively cool air from sea to land. Relatively cool air from sea to land, called as sea breeze. Sea breeze result in cooling effect on the coastal lands by evenings. Next point. Rapid loss of heat from land causes rapid loss of heat from land causes reversal of daytime pressure conditions. Reversal of daytime pressure conditions resulting in high pressure over land and low pressure over oceans. Next point. Winds blow from land to sea. Causing land breeze. Next point. Fishermen along coastal regions depend on land and sea breeze. Fishermen along coastal regions depend on land and sea breeze for fishing. Next, mountain and valley breeze. During daytime, mountain slopes and tops heat up rapidly compared to valleys. Next point. This result in air from valley moving up, air from valley moving up along the slopes called as valley breeze or anabatic winds. Next point. At night, temperature difference between mountain tops and valleys is reversed, causing winds to blow from opposite direction from mountain to valley, resulting in mountain breeze or katabatic winds. So next, so this is about the diurnal variation, daily basis में जो variation होगा, and in some parts of the world we experience this annual variations. Okay, so depending upon a particular season, the local heating cooling causes the formation of local winds in a particular time of the year. ठीक है, at the local level only, जैसे लू आता है northern plains में. So we'll be discussing about that local winds. So but before that, let's draw a world map. Draw करें. How to draw